All right, so let's continue with the some other definitions of costs. Um, if you see here, incremental cost or differential cost. So if the volume increase, usually it is expected that the cost will increase, cost will differ. So because of any reason, if the cost increase or because of choosing an alternative option, alternative way of buying or producing the products, if the cost increase, then that means it is incremental cost. The cost which increases, the cost which differs is differential cost or incremental cost. If it decreases, you can say it is differential cost. Usually when the cost increases, we say the cost is incremental cost. So, for example, you used machine before to produce a product. Now you want to use labors. So the cost might increase or decrease. Previously, you made the products. Now you want to buy it from someone. So your cost can increase or decrease. So it is differential cost or incremental cost. We already defined indirect cost, that is not directly relating to the volume of activity or volume of products that we produce. So usually these are overhead cost. Overhead cost means electricity cost, water bill, gas bill, depreciation. Okay, so if you even increase your production, your depreciation, annual depreciation will remain same. The salary of the production manager will remain same, even if you produce more, activity is more. So it's not directly relating to the volume of activity. So indirect costs are overhead cost that actually doesn't relate to the volume or products. And irrelevant cost. So the relevant cost means the cost which actually impact the cost, impact the decision of manufacturing, of producing, or the decision of the organization. If any cost impact the decision, that is relevant cost. If your decision is changed because of a cost, that means it is relevant cost. If the decision is still the same, though the cost is increased or decreased, that means it is irrelevant cost. That means that the cost cannot impact your decision. Marginal cost. The marginal cost means if I increase one volume, one activity, then how much cost will increase or how much cost will decrease if I reduce our activity or output by 1 unit. Then the cost that is increased or decreased is marginal cost. If I produce one more pen, one more furniture, one more chair, how much cost will increase? That is marginal cost. If I sell one more unit, one more product, how much revenue I will earn? That is marginal revenue. We already defined what is mixed cost, that is both included in a particular cost element, that is variable cost and fixed cost combined. The combination of fixed cost and variable cost together recognized as mixed cost. as we provided an example like telephone bill, or it can be um, the cost of a product that may include variable cost and fixed cost. Opportunity cost. What is opportunity cost? So because of taking alternative courses of action, okay, so the cost or the revenue that you are sacrificing. So you have now two options. So you can't do both, okay? So either you have to buy the product or manufacture the product. You can't do both. So if you manufacture the product, if there is any benefit that you are sacrificing from buying it from someone else, that means if you buy the products from someone, you could get a discount. You could save some cost. But if you manufacture it, you can't do that. You can't get that discount. You can't get that. You can't save that amount of cost. So the amount that you are sacrificing in the second best alternative is opportunity cost. If I give another example, it might be clear. So you have some money to invest. Okay. So you can put the money in the bank or you can do business. So if you use the money for business, right, you can't put the money in the bank. So I'm using the money, or you are using the money for business. That means you are losing the profit in the bank. So that means for using the money in the business, you are sacrificing the profit in the bank. The money that you are sacrificing in the bank is your opportunity cost. Or you can say second best alternative. You may have lots of alternatives. Okay, 2, 3 alternatives. So what is the benefit that you are sacrificing is the second best alternative. We defined overheads, that is all indirect cost. Period cost are the costs that are relating to the period, time period. Okay, usually are not being included in the inventory valuation. Okay, prime cost, we already defined what is prime cost. Prime cost means the cost which includes direct material and direct labor together. Okay, that's the prime cost, the main cost, important cost of the product. Product cost means the cost that we can assign to a product, charged on a product, or the cost that we actually include in valuation of the inventory are the product cost. Okay. Some of the more concepts, we already defined what is relevant cost. So the relevant cost means the cost which actually impact the decision, change the decision. If the cost or the revenue, maybe revenue, relevant revenue. So if the cost or revenue has any impact on the decision, that means it is relevant cost or relevant revenue. If any increase or decrease of any cost or revenue doesn't impact your decision, cost changes, but the decision is still the same, it has no significant impact on your decision, that means it is irrelevant. Okay, you can see some other concepts like semi-variable cost is like the mixed cost. Semi-fixed cost is also the, we can say, another name of mixed cost. So semi-fixed means a part is fixed and the other part is variable. Semi-variable means a part is variable, the other part is fixed. That means it is mixed cost. It has both behavior, the cost which has both behavior of both variable cost and fixed cost. That means it increase but not increase as like as the variable cost. Another part is fixed, that is semi-variable, semi-fixed, or mixed cost. All right. We already mentioned what is unavoidable cost. So avoidable cost means if you can avoid some cost by doing the job in an alternative way, that is avoidable cost, right? If we can reduce some cost, avoid some cost, that is avoidable cost. So if I usually buy the products from someone else, that means I had to spend £10, $10. But if I manufacture it, I can do it by £6. That means I could save £4. So £4 is avoidable cost. But some of the costs I would not be able to avoid. Some of the fixed cost will continue even though I manufacture or I buy from someone else. So the costs that I'm not able to avoid are unavoidable costs. For example, depreciation is usually continue even though you stop manufacturing, right? So we already defined what is variable cost, which directly varies, increase or decrease, obviously in total. Total variable cost is increase or decrease, but per unit will remain same. All right. Sunk cost is an important cost. Sunk cost means the cost that already spent, right? We cannot change by making any decision. We already constructed a building, right? If we can't sell the building, we have to continue, right, the depreciation expense until we finish the whole cost of the building. So the cost we already spent for manufacturing the building, for construction of the building, that is sunk cost. If you produce a product, you produced already, so you can't change it now, right? It is now finished products. You can't change it to raw material again, right? So the cost that you already spent for manufacturing the products, that is sunk cost, that you can't change. You already spent, already gone, all right? That you can't change by making any decision in future. So two other concepts are here, like responsibility accounting and responsibility center. Briefly, responsibility accounting means that actually determine the responsibility. Who has the control over the cost, right? Who can control which cost? So we trace the cost and see which cost is controllable by me and which is not controllable by me. So if I'm a branch manager of a bank, I can control the cost. How can I operate the branch? Right? I can increase the activity of the branch, decrease the activity of the branch. So that's controllable. But if I want to invest, if I want to renovate the branch, if I want to expand the branch, I need to get the approval from the head office. So those investment cost is actually decided by the head office. So I have no control over that, right? So those costs are now usually under the control of the head office. So that's responsibility accounting, right? Controllable cost and non-controllable cost is being decided, and where we can find out what's called how much profit we can control, which profit is controllable by me, which cost is controllable by me, right? And responsibility centers are the centers, are the branch of an organization, or the part of an organization for which I'm responsible, for which a particular person is responsible, right? So as a manager, if you want to determine the profit, determine the my responsibility, my accountability, so that is, as a branch manager, that is my responsibility center. Okay, but I'm not responsible for the investment. Investment decision is coming from the head office. So it can be sales department, it can be marketing department, it can be accounts department. So the chief of accounts department will only responsible for the cost of the accounts department, for the revenue of the accounts department. If there is any sales manager, will be responsible for the sales department only. So that's the responsibility center. Hope that helps. And if you want me to make videos on a particular topic, let me know, make comments, and also let me know how it helps. Thank you very much.